So I just watched the X-Men animated series from 1992. I had a really big nostalgia moment, especially after watching all the X-Men movies. I was like, let's go watch the TV show. Let's go watch the animated series that to me I felt like kicked off the 90s animation. Like Spider-Man, the Iron Man, the Hulk, and all those shows came from the 1990s X-Men series. And when I rewatched it, I had some high points, some low points, to the point where it took me like 2 months to finish it. Just season 1, not even season 2 or season 3. I haven't even started that yet, but just season 1. So today on this episode of Movie Breakdown Series Review, I'm going to review the 1992 X-Men animated series. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdown Series Reviews. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. And what is Movie Breakdown Series Review? We look at a TV show, give it grade A through F, plus or minus do count. We might look at the whole season, might look at the whole series, give a compilation grade. And there's a series or a TV show or movie series you want me to watch and review, please put in the comment section below and I get to it as best I can. I also have a Patreon/Ali Zakka. On this Patreon, because you're paying for my services, you ask me to review something, I do it for you immediately. Get it on my Patreon. Also, I have other stuff on there such as movie reaction, trailer reaction, stuff like that. Now, let's go ahead and get into today's episode Movie Breakdown Series Review of 1992 X-Men, the animated series, Season 1. First thoughts. The opener to this show is amazing. The theme song is amazing. When you think of the 1992 X-Men series, you think of that dun 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 dun. Like, you think of that. That's what comes to mind. You think of the song, you think of the opening credit, you think of like Wolverine doing the claw scratch, Cyclops blasting the air. Jubilee doing her stuff, Beast, Gambit, Rogue, you think of everything. Then when you watch the season 1, Beast is not really in the season at all. He actually gets like put into jail, so he's not around. So that was kind of disappointing when my favorite character is not even in the season. And it's more like different adventures. There's certain stuff where like certain episodes where it might lean to like another episode, or an episode might have a 3-part episode, or 2-part episode, but majority of it is just kind of like little adventures that I think you can just watch one episode at a time and completely follow the series, and you don't really need to watch every single episode to watch this season and understand what it's about. Yes, it is only 13 episodes, but it took me a little bit to finish 13 episodes. Like, I have finished the whole season of Attack on Titan before I finished freaking X-Men. I finished all of This Is England before I finished X-Men, the TV show. So it shows that like not every episode is as strong as the other episodes. There's some episodes where like big major pieces, like Apocalypse is in season 1, which I feel like you didn't really need to throw him in there, but yet he was. Or Magneto shows up in season 1 and he goes away and it comes back in season 1. And Days of Future Past events happen in season 1, which one can argue that Days of Future Past events with Master Mode is probably majority of the 13 episodes, maybe like 5 episodes probably dedicated to it, but it's not really a strong point. Like, I never felt like there was any main focal point that the X-Men had and the X-Men was fighting against, and it was just like random episode stuff was happening. Like, you had the episode where Jean Grey and Wolverine has him over, Jean Grey chooses Cyclops. Wolverine's like down the dumps, and you see the whole meme of him like holding the picture and look at the picture, and he goes off by himself, like Wolverine alone episode. Zuko alone, Wolverine alone, and he comes back. Like, it's more concise stuff, and I feel like me watching season 2 by watching season 1, I feel like it won't make really much of an impact, and I might not watch season 2 or season 3 or season 4 or season 5. I believe there's 6 seasons. No, there's 6 years. There's 5 seasons, 5 or 6 seasons of Matter of fact, let me just check it right now. Yeah, there's only 5 seasons of the X-Men animated series from the 90s. Only 5 seasons. But season 1 was kind of hard for me to get through, and I'm not sure I'm going to dive into season 2. I might if I get bored and like decide to watch it on through. But I feel like it's one of those shows where every episode has its own little storyline, and there might be some episodes that continue to like another episode that continues another episode before you get the conclusion, but it's not really like an overarching story like Avatar: Last Airbender or Attack on Titan or My Hero Academia or, you know, Wolverine and the X-Men, the animated series, or what's another one? I think I already mentioned Avatar. So like, there's other shows. It's more kind of like, not as individualized like SpongeBob or Dexter Laboratory, where you're watching the episode and like next episode you can watch and it doesn't really matter. Think more like Adventure Time, where you can watch certain episodes and certain characters you see in certain episodes might not affect that episode, might not be around for a very long time, but might come back in another like later half in the season or another season and have a bigger impact. Think of more like Adventure Time and watching the show versus like overall story like Wolverine and X-Men or Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I really feel like this season they brought out everybody. Like there was so many cameos in this season. You had Mystique, you got Magneto, you got Apocalypse, you got the 4 Horsemen, you have Pyro, you have the Blob, you have Cable, you have Bishop. Like there was so much getting thrown at you in this season that nothing really, you ever got the chance to really like linger on certain people. Avalanche is in this. And you're like, man, like every episode somebody new pops up. Every episode somebody new popped in. You're like, okay, well, what is this? What is that? Who is that? Okay, which is cool. It's, you know, first time. So you want to throw all your favorite characters in there that people recognize and see. Like, oh man, there's Sunfire. Oh man, there's that guy. Oh man, that guy. Like, this is so cool to see all these characters, but you're like, they're just cameo characters. They're there for a moment. And your main crew, the X-Men, besides Beast and Forge, who kind of get tossed out. I think Forge is there. If not, it was somebody else. But they get tossed out in season 1, episode 1 or episode 2, and Beast is gone. Like I said, he's in prison for majority of the time. Colossus is in this. He's in here for an episode. Doesn't really hang around as much, but he's here too. But anyway, Juggernaut. As I'm like thinking about this season, Juggernaut's in this too. Shows up for a couple episodes, for one episode, leave. Anyway, so like you had these characters here and there and they pop in, but then some of them disappear. And you're like, well, what's the main arc and story with this? We first get introduced to Jubilee. Jubilee shows up. She finds out she's a mutant. The X-Men save her. She joins the X-Men. And from there, it's the rest of the cast. Storm, Jean Grey, Professor X, Wolverine, Cyclops, Gambit, Rogue, who's one of my favorite characters, by the way. Who else? I feel like that's everybody that I mentioned. That's the main crew. And just X-Men doing X-Men stuff. The school is not really like a focal point. Like, you don't get to see the kids studying or learning, stuff like that, but it is what it is. Now let's get into characters. Wolverine's a cool character. I like Wolverine. He's the quick-tempered loner kind of character who's more of a jerk at certain times. Him and Gambit get into a lot. He picks a fight with Gambit, but he is just your mean badass character. Cyclops, like I said, well, not like I said, but everybody knows the Boy Scout. He's the leader of the group pretty much. Plays everything by the book. Him and Wolverine gets a little tit for tat, but there's not really much of that really carries weight in this season. But yeah, Cyclops is the Boy Scout. Storm is there. Strong character. There. Jubilee is more like the comic relief character. She add little quick jokes here and there. But that's pretty much what she's really there for. You really don't get to see the X-Men from her point of view. That we see episode 1 make you think that, but really she's just kind of there in the group. Gambit actually is a big part of season 1. He's kind of a badass in his own right, ladies man, just a cool character. Rogue, she's also a badass in her own right. She is. A couple episodes focus around her, but she's cool. Jean Grey, she's kind of there. I really don't understand Jean Grey and why people are so fixated on her. The show never really give you that idea why she's been fixated. Like, you just know that she's in a relationship with Cyclops and she's a psychic. And a powerful one. Professor X, the head of the X-Men. Nothing bad to say. Like, the characters are just cool characters that you like, but like you don't really get dived into much, many of them. Like, you get more backstory on Wolverine, more backstory on Rogue, more backstory on Gambit and Jubilee, but that's pretty much it. Beast, not even around, he's in jail. Now, because this is a 90s cartoon, the dialogue, however, you gotta get ready for it. You gotta put your mind in the dialogue of the 90s. Like, that's, when you listen to the show and the things they say and the retorts, it's definitely like 1990s cartoon.
What's she gonna do? Hit me with her diaper?
I'll show you, you overgrown trash can!
And I'm here for it. Perfectly fine with that. It's solid. And music-wise, it's cool. 1990s. The script is 1990s. Matter of fact, there's one scene where Charles Xavier is like running into a bad guy in a ship. Magneto saves him, and the bad guy explodes. And Charles Xavier's on a parachute. He's flying, like he's coming back down to the ground, and he's like, "Oh, I'm alive. Thank you for Magneto saving me. Where is Magneto? Oh, Magneto, there you are." Like, I was like, oh man. Like, so the dialogue though, but it's 1990s. Like, they did the best what they had during that time. And I think it's perfectly fine. Is this a series you should watch? Yeah, just experience this. Just experience the 1990s X-Men. I don't think you need to watch season 2. I don't even think you need to watch season 3, 4, or 5. But definitely experience that first season just to get a taste of that nostalgia, just get a taste of what was so special about the 1990s X-Men. And grading time. I'm going to grade X-Men 1992, the animated series. I'm going to grade season 1 a solid C. It was a C. You had high points of episodes you really get invested in, like for example the Wolverine Alone episode, the Master Mode episode where you have to, Gambit's kind of considered a traitor kind of thing. And there's another episode where you just like, kind of tough to watch. Like, the X-Men goes to rescue Jean Grey who gets kidnapped and they go save her. Or it's just like some episode, just like they meet Magneto for the first time. You're just like, okay. In Days of Future Past, I don't know, maybe because I've seen so much of Days of Future Past, when I got to that episode in this season, I was just like, it's not even that, it's not a solid episode. I felt like I just couldn't get invested anymore. So there's some episodes that are high, some episodes that are low, so it's a solid C for me. If you've seen the X-Men 1992 animated series, what did you think? Please put in the comment section below. Other than that, see you guys in the next episode, movie breakdown, series review, and keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Also, you want to see what else I'm doing in my normal life and other things that's going on, please follow me on Instagram at Ali_Zakka. I'll put it right here around my face. Yep, right there. Also, if you want more episode of movie breakdowns or grind towards success or whatever it is I'm doing on YouTube, you know what? Follow my page right here, like I said before, the little comment thing right there, And then you can watch the last episode of Movie Breakdowns right here, and watch the last episode of Grind Towards Success right there. Other than that, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate y'all. See y'all next time. Keep being awesome.